What's up, everyone? Slasher Reviews here. I hope you guys are having a fantastic holiday season. However you celebrate it, I hope it's extremely merry and joyful. And today, to have a little bit of holiday fun, I thought I would share with you guys my personal top 10 favorite Christmas-themed horror movies. Y'all, this video I'm so excited to talk about because I love Christmas. It's actually my favorite season despite being a horror fan. And there are so many really interesting Christmas-themed horror movies. And I think that this list is going to show a wide variety of my taste. Let's go ahead and jump into the fun and shout out a few honorable mentions. The Tales from the Crypt episode, All Through the House, Saint, the Silent Night remake, the horror anthology film A Christmas Horror Story, and Red Christmas. And of course, on to the fun. Starting my list off at number 10, I have P2. Look, you guys, I love films that take place in one location, and the fact that this takes place on Christmas Eve just is so delightful. I love the Christmas aesthetic of this film. It definitely feels present. We have Wes Bentley just sort of camping it up. It's, you know, a stalker tale on Christmas, and it's just so much fun. It's ridiculous. It's over the top. There's a lot of really bad decision making happening on both ends, and it's just a really, really fun time. And Wes Bentley dances to an Elvis Presley song, and yes. Coming in at number 9, I have Jack Frost. No, not that Tim Allen snowman movie. No, I'm talking about the completely ridiculous, over-the-top Jack Frost. Y'all, this movie is technically bad. I get it. But I watched this one almost more than most films on this list. This one I consistently watch just for the ridiculous nature of it. The kills are extremely over the top. I mean, that bathtub scene, I watched this movie the first time at like 3 a.m. I actually woke my parents up because I actually audibly screamed at the ridiculous nature of that sequence. Also, that scene stars a very famous porn star actress, and it's great. It's great. If you want to have a good laugh and a ridiculously fun time, watch Jack Frost. Number 8 is The Children. This movie, y'all, is so mean-spirited, and probably the less holiday-centered movie on this list. It does take place around the Christmas season. It is so demented, and I like a movie that isn't afraid to treat children like the demented kids that they can be. And man, this movie is so mean-spirited. It's gory, it's violent, the characters are a vast variety of different characters in this movie. It is brutal, and if you want something that's actually going to be visceral and intense to watch, The Children might be the one of the top ones you can choose from. Coming in at number 7, I have Silent Night, Deadly Night. Y'all, I love slasher movies, especially slasher movies where someone is dressed like an iconic character like Santa Claus. Now, I know when this movie came out in the 80s, it was extremely controversial because we're taking a character kids beloved and we're doing a horror spin on it. Also, this movie had one of the coolest horror movie posters ever. I mean, that Santa coming down the chimney with an axe, yes, I love that poster, but it was very controversial for its time, and I love how this movie has aged over time. It's gotten more silly, more ridiculous. The kills are a bit crazy and over the top, but I also do like that we do spend a good chunk of the movie getting this demented origin story of the killer, and it's dark, and I like how mean-spirited this movie is, and for a holiday that is surrounded by so much joy, I love how mean-spirited a lot of these movies on this list are. Coming in at number 6, you guys, I have Anna and the Apocalypse. And now this movie is completely devoid of any sort of mean-spirited nature. In fact, this movie is probably the most joyful Christmas-themed horror movie you could watch during the holiday season. This is such a delightful, heartfelt, powerful, just absolutely fun Christmas movie. The musical numbers razzle and the characters dazzle, and everything about this movie is just a pure joy and delight. It's a Christmas-themed horror musical set during a zombie apocalypse. It's absolutely fantastic. It's what you get if you would take Shaun of the Dead and mix it with High School Musical. It is so much fun. Number 5, I have Christmas Evil, or also known as You Better Watch Out. This one, I don't know why, isn't talked about more often. This movie is smart, it's sophisticated, and maybe it's because it gets technically clumped in the slasher genre due to the descent that this movie takes on, but it's so much more than that. It's a character study of a man struggling with a childhood trauma of seeing something on Christmas and how he has suppressed that drama and watching it manifest all these years later and dealing with his mental illness. And honestly, I'm going to say something controversial. Well, it's not really controversial. Joker 2019 completely rips off this movie. So if you love Joker 2019 and you want to see some things, watch Christmas Evil. I mean, even the walk down the hallway, like, this movie's got it. You know, it's just, this movie is incredible. Incredible. I like the character study. I think the performances are fantastic. And it's just a dark, mean-spirited movie. And it's okay. And I just also think it's an indicator that slasher movies can be more than just slasher flicks. Coming in at number 4 is Krampus, however you like to say it. Man, oh man, is this movie a blast. It's also great that this movie actually got a wide theatrical release because it's beautifully shot, the characters are fantastic, the kills are fun, it's mean-spirited, but also works as a gateway horror film for children. It's a modern-day Gremlins. It's just so much fun. And I love the look of Krampus. I love everything about this movie. All the characters got their own dynamics, their own joy, and it's just a blast to endure, and it just gets better with more rewatches. Coming in at number 3, I have the OG Gremlins. I love this movie. From the look of the Gremlins to the characters to just the ridiculous nature of it, this movie is fun. But its Christmas atmosphere is extremely fun, and it's fun to watch. The great thing about these Christmas-themed horror movies is fun to take something so pretty and colorful and turn it on its head. And I like that Gremlins does that better than most of these films on this list. When the Gremlins are singing Christmas carols, you're like, those people are so cute and delightful, and I shouldn't be adoring them, but I am. If you haven't seen Gremlins, which, get on it, then you absolutely need to watch this. This is one of those must-watch every year around the holiday season. Coming in at number 2 is Better Watch Out, or as I saw it in its festival run, Safe Neighborhood. Y'all, there is no movie that I preach more about my love for than Better Watch Out. This is a perfect movie. It feels like it was tailor-made for me. I love home invasion thrillers. I love movies that pretend they're one thing but really are another thing. The twist in this movie is fantastic. The actors are fantastic. The kills are fantastic. It's extremely fun. It's mean-spirited. I love how it utilizes the holiday as an advantage. It's absolutely incredible. This is a movie you want to go in knowing little to nothing as possible, but it's definitely going to be one of those movies that is going to be on everyone's favorite Christmas-themed horror movies list. This is, in my opinion, a perfect movie. I watch this This is the kind of movie that you save to watch on actual Christmas Day or Christmas Eve, just like you would save to watch certain horror movies on Halloween. That's how good Better Watch Out is. And of course, we've come to number 1, and that film is Black Christmas. Yes, this was the movie that you knew was going to be in the number 1 spot, not just for how good it is, for how iconic it is, but just also how scary it is. This movie, not only did it pave the way for a lot of slasher movies, it also still to this day is unlike any of those slasher movies. It's bold, it's dark, it's mean-spirited. I mean, it gives some of the most disgusting and horrific phone calls I've ever seen on screen. The characters of the females are fantastic, and their dynamics, and it's weird to see that this movie, even though I don't think while filming they initially prepared, it might have been a little bit of a happy accident, but the sort of girl power and toxic masculinity that happens on screen in this movie is very compelling. And also the ending to this movie is bleak. Bleak. And this is a movie that is on this list not just because of its cultural impact, but just because it's just that good of a movie. Like, this movie not only deserves to be on the best of Christmas themed horror films list, but just in the best of general list. It's that good of a horror movie. And so, you guys, there you have it. Those were my personal top 10 favorite Christmas-themed horror movies. Let me know in the comment section below if I missed any that you personally love. What Christmas-themed horror movies do you love? I think I got this list pretty on point, personally. And I'm going to get off on here because I've got some more films to watch. And you guys have yourself a very, very Merry Christmas. And until next time, I'm the Slash Movier, and you guys have just been slashed.